People who own multiple pets. What is some drama going on between them right now? The dachshund will not stop invading the beagle's personal space crate to suck on her ears. The beagle has had it and wants it to stop. Two things though. 1. Beagles have a really hard time being stern and intimidating. 2. Dachshunds are not easily intimidated. So this morning we had 40 minutes of beagle growling not very convincing sounding and dachshund sass barking back, ending up as usual with an annoyed beagle with soggy ears. It's hopeless undefined. One thing I learned about growing up with the dachshunds. They don't understand what personal space is. And even if they did, they don't give a peep. So true. When I was married we had just gotten a dachshund puppy and she had to be touching us both always. We would sit on the couch with her between us and she'd have a part of her in contact with both of us. One day we tested her and would slowly start to inch away and she would readjust to stay in contact. Eventually my ex and I would be on opposite sides of the couch and her nose would be touch one of us and her tail the other. My two dogs like the same bed, so they will fight over it until the end result is they just both sleep on it while the other bed just goes unused. I don't see the difference between the two, they are both super soft. Is it position in the room? What if you switch the unused bed with the bed they fight over? I have moved the beds around. Sometimes they will sleep separately with one dog reluctantly taking the second option bed if I switch the beds. Then they will sleep on it as well. But if both beds are present, their favorite is always their priority. Lol. My dad says it might be the texture. One is slightly smoother so it feels cooler. In college, we lived in the second floor and would leave the sliding glass door open with the screen door shut on nice days. We'd often come home to find my dog stuck on the balcony. We figured out that my roommate's cat was opening the screen door to let the dog out and then closing the door. Look doggo. The door is open. Go smell all the smells. I am your friend. I help. Closes door. Ha ha ha, victory is mine, drool face. Now I can slumber in peace. We also caught the cat knocking napkins and mail off the counter for the dog to chew. We thought she was knocking it off herself until we caught the helpful cat providing her goods. I think the cat enjoyed us scolding the dog. My roommate has two large male dogs and I have a small female dog. My roommate's male dogs like to roughhouse and play around sometimes. Whenever they get too loud, my little dog will raise her head and growl ever so slightly. Just enough for them to hear her. As soon as she does, they stop for a minute and start playing quieter. Peeping surreal to see. I had a female Chihuahua mix who was like that. We used to call her the fun police at the park. Because anytime dogs would start roughhousing a little too much, she'd run over and get in the middle of it and the other dogs would just stop. She was like 9 pounds. My mom had a Chihuahua mix that behaved like this. We also called her the fun police. 3 cats, 2 on purpose. Then we had a happy accident for the third Miku. Chloe. And Oliver. Oliver wants to play constantly. And both the girls hate that. They'll cuddle with him in order to share a lap. But they get so mad at him when he tries to play. They don't hurt him though. Just swatting with no claws and growls. Whenever they try to do that though, he runs to my mom and cries until she picks him up. He's definitely got youngest child syndrome. My mom's elderly cat hated having his tail touched. And was generally a grouchy old man. My sister's cat was the platonic form of little brother. So he would go up and gently tap elder cat's tail and then look innocent when elder cat hissed and growled at him. Sometimes sister's cat would stand next to elder cat, hovering his paw right over and clearly saying, "I'm not touching you," while elder cat angrily yelled at him. My sister's cat was the platonic form of little brother. Was he an orange tabby? I feel like orange tabbies are just like that. I had one that did that as well. He would annoy 2 different cats by touching their tails. He only did it to the cats that hated it. He did the "I'm not touching you" thing too. The dog doesn't like when the cat gives him dirty looks. The cat knows this. will deliberately stare him down, and then expertly leap out of the way when he goes to chase her. Our dog is very stupid and cannot stand when the cat stares at him. We have a baby gate to keep the dogs away from the cat's food and litter. And the cat will sit behind the baby gate, tail swishing, and bore holes into him. He loses his goddamn mind. As a kid we had a dog on an invisible fence, and a pair of outdoor cats. The cats memorized the entire boundary of the fence, and would spend all day sunning themselves inches beyond the dog's reach as she stared and vibrated with tension. After many years of this, I was coming home from a walk with the dog and she managed to slip her collar, then sprinted at one of the cats from outside the fence. Cat tensed up preparing for a fight. Dog realized cat wasn't running, skidded to a halt in front of her, sniffed her for a few seconds, barked once in her face, then proudly trotted back to me. Life's goal accomplished. I live on a farm. Every day is a new case of the cats trying to eat something they shouldn't. On my uncle's farm a cat got into its head that attacking a cow was a good idea. Jumped on it, bit it around the neck. Of course when one cow runs, they all run. Cat caused a mini stampede that took out several fences, and somehow walked away unscathed. Farm cats have 99 lives. We got a puppy 2 weeks ago. Our elderly cat is furious when we do dog training sessions because cat deserves the treats instead. We end up doing joint training sessions and the cat is actually much more consistent than puppy. Edited to add pet tax. In my house, if a package crinkles, it must be treats. And if there are treats, they must be for kitty and puppy. But kitty first. Kitty first. We made the crinkle mistake for far too long. Change to a tub or jar. Just pour the packets in. Saves you getting hassled when you just want a damn M&M in peace. Dog 1 is trying to trick Dog 2 into following her into the garden so that Dog 1 can then storm back indoors to take Dog 2's bone she is enjoying. Dog 3 is sitting on the couch quietly waiting for this to happen. To be the actual winner of this scheme. I occasionally watch my friend's 2 dogs, a Pyrenees and a Border Collie mix, at my place and with my own dog. The Pyrenees acts dumb but is actually way more crafty than the other 2. The boys. If either of them are taking up a spot she wants, like her favorite spot on the couch or the sunny spot by the front door, she'll walk over to a window and start growling and barking at nothing until the boys come over to see what's up. Then she saunters over to the now open spot and leaves the other 2 still barking and confused. Yes. When my baby girl got old she would lay on the couch and when she heard someone pass by she'd give a low growl to get other dogs worked up and barking like crazy at the windows. She was too tired to do it but someone had to bark at everyone walking by the house and she watched them get yelled at. 2 cats. I opened the window for the first time this year since the weather is finally nice. They have been pushing each other away for the best spot to smell the air. Same. One open window in the house. In my office next to my desk. My 2 girls usually share really well but the window has been causing squabbles. Undefined. Aw. That annoyed look on Kitty's face. I have a cat. A puppy? And a dog? Cat likes to lure the puppy under the bed and he can get under but gets stuck in the middle where it's the lowest. I have to rescue him usually around 2 a.m. and he wakes me up by scratching the floor trying to get out. Cat also likes to knock off things from the counter he knows puppy should not be chewing on. Puppy and cat like to wrestle with each other. But dog doesn't like the ruckus and barks at them to stop. Cat doesn't like the barking so then he chases dog. Puppy follows cat and there's a train of 3 Tom and Jerry style through the house. At the end of the day though they are always in a big cuddle pile so I think they'll be okay. Puppy follows cat and there's a train of 3 Tom and Jerry style through the house. I hope your house has a hallway full of doors so that they can constantly run through one and come out of a different one. Leave a like and a comment if you liked the video. Check out more Reddit related video, I am posting them daily. Subscribe to see more Reddit content.